The moment the Galactic Council watched humanity's courtesy vanish, they finally understood why the stars once feared us. Beginning. The Galactic Council chamber was a cathedral of light and steel, suspended in orbit above the neutral world of Valora Prime. For centuries, it had been the seat of interstellar diplomacy, where wars were averted, treaties signed, and justice dispensed among hundreds of species. At the center of the hall, a single table stretched across the great chamber. Holographic banners of each race shimmered above the delegates' seats, the crystalline forms of the seraph, the insectoid Karzal, the winged Kyrie, and dozens more. And at the far end, humanity's banner. Ambassador Elias Ward sat in silence beneath it, his hands folded neatly on the table, expression calm. Humanity had been a member of the Council for less than a century, a young species compared to most, and so far they had been polite. Too polite, some whispered. Always deferential, always careful, always smiling through clenched teeth when other species tested their patience. But patience, Ward knew, was a mask, and masks could crack. That day, the mask was about to shatter. The hearing was called regarding an atrocity. A human colony ship, Artemis IV, carrying 10,000 civilians, families, children, had been ambushed on the edges of Council-protected space. The attackers were no pirates, no rogues. Evidence pointed directly to the Valor Dominion, one of the Council's oldest members. Yet the Dominion denied it, and the Council, eager to preserve balance, seemed ready to let the matter slip. Ward had sat silently through hours of debate, listening to delegates dismiss the massacre as an unfortunate misunderstanding. He heard words like collateral and strategic oversight. None of them called it what it was: murder. When the Valor delegate, a towering reptilian figure draped in ceremonial silk, leaned back and sneered, "Humans breed quickly. You can afford to lose a few." The chamber went still. Ward's fingers twitched. His jaw clenched. For a moment, he closed his eyes. He thought of the faces of Artemis, faces he would never see again. Children whose names would never be spoken in this chamber. And then, humanity's polite mode ended. Middle. Ward rose slowly, and when he spoke, his voice was calm. Too calm. "You speak of our dead as if they are numbers on a ledger," he said, eyes sweeping the chamber. "As if 10,000 lives are an accounting error to be erased." The Valor delegate smirked. "Such dramatics. Your species is young, Ward. You will learn that the stars are not kind." Ward's smile was thin, cold. "Perhaps. But you will also learn what happens when humanity stops being kind." He tapped his wrist console. The holographic feed above the chamber flickered and shifted. Not numbers. Not statistics. Faces. 10,000 images filled the air. Children laughing on colony decks. Families holding hands as they boarded the Artemis IV. Scientists, farmers, engineers, ordinary people with extraordinary hopes. Their final transmissions, captured before the attack, echoed through the chamber. Artemis, for requesting assistance, shields failing. "Please, there are children on board. We're burning." The chamber shuddered with silence. Even the most hardened council members shifted uncomfortably. Ward's voice cut through like steel. These were not soldiers. Not combatants. Not threats. These were our people. And you let them burn. The Valor delegate slammed a clawed hand on the table. "You dare accuse us without proof?" Ward raised an eyebrow. "Proof." The feed shifted again, this time to tactical logs, sensor scans, intercepted Valor transmissions. Ship IDs. Weapon signatures. All of it irrefutable. Gasps rippled through the chamber. The Valor delegate snarled. "Fabrications." Ward leaned forward, eyes like burning ice. Call them lies if you wish, but we both know the truth. And so does every person in this chamber now. He straightened, his tone changing, harder, sharper. For 50 years, humanity has played by your rules. We've been patient. We've been polite. We've bowed, deferred, smiled while you dismissed us as children. All the while, you thought our restraint was weakness. His voice grew louder, echoing across the vaulted chamber. You mistook courtesy for cowardice. You mistook mercy for inability. That ends today. He pressed another command. The chamber darkened, and new images appeared. Human fleets, rows upon rows of warships, sleek and deadly, massing silently at the borders of known space. Carriers bristling with fighters. Dreadnoughts armed with weapons the Council had never seen. Entire armadas, hidden from the Council's prying eyes, waiting. The delegates gasped. Some shouted. Others recoiled. Humanity had always claimed their fleets were modest, defensive. But here, in stark detail, was the truth. Humanity had teeth. Ward's gaze locked on the Veiler. You thought you destroyed one colony ship. In truth, you woke 10,000 war machines. You broke our courtesy. Now you will see what humanity truly is when the mask falls. The council chamber erupted into chaos, voices shouting, translators failing to keep pace, fear crackling in the air. The Seraph delegate hissed. Human, this is a declaration of war. Ward turned, eyes blazing.
No.
This is a declaration of justice. We will not attack innocents. We will not strike without cause. But know this. His voice dropped to a whisper, cold enough to chill the room. If another human child dies at your hands, there will not be a corner of this galaxy where you can hide. We will burn your fleets. We will topple your thrones. We will erase your names from the stars. And we will do it without hesitation. For the first time in centuries, the council chamber felt fear. Not of chaos, not of war, but of humanity. Ending. The session adjourned in turmoil. The Veiler stormed out, their pride wounded, their power shaken. The other delegates whispered among themselves, reassessing everything they thought they knew about the species from Earth. Ward remained standing at humanity's banner, calm once more, as if nothing had changed. But everything had. As the chamber emptied, the Seraph delegate lingered. Their crystalline form glimmered in the dim light as they regarded Ward with something like respect and fear. You hid your strength well, human, the Seraph said. Ward gave a tired smile. We didn't hide it. We just hoped we'd never have to show it. The Seraph tilted their head. And now? Ward's eyes hardened. Now the council knows. Humanity is polite until you touch our children. He turned and walked out, the echoes of his footsteps ringing through the chamber. In the silence that followed, the council members exchanged uneasy glances. For the first time in living memory, the balance of galactic power had shifted, not through conquest or manipulation, but through a single truth revealed. Humanity's courtesy was not infinite. And when it vanished, the galaxy trembled.